Starting to get a little sleepy, starting to be hit with a little bit of the daytime drowsiness. You know when sometimes, like, if you wake up too early and you near that noon time or something and you just start to feel a little tired. I woke up early, took my mom to the airport this morning. She told me she was going to be here at 7:15, texted me at 6:40 I'm here. My whole routine was messed up. Today we're moving on to the next track, A Day at the Races, spending our almost end of the day here. 1976 release, of course. This is the second to last track, so we are nearing the end. We're going to listen to this track, Drowse, from Queen, of course. Who else? Before we take one final nap, let's go ahead and pull up the song, take a listen. Will it be nice and drowsy? Or will it be an upbeat number, kind of to sweep us off our feet? One way to find out. Big full sound, very forward. I like the swing of it and that slide on the guitar. Gives it a near country feel. Near. Nice bass line. Well, sliding up, sliding down. Out here on the street. There you go. We gather and meet and scuff up the sidewalk. We endlessly restless feet. Never the time. We run our minds more in the pool hole than we did in the school hall. With the downtown chewing our buns, watching that was a much more simpler track, especially after Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy and the previous tracks. This felt like a nice kind of, I don't know, not lullaby, but it swings us down before moving into the final track. So I'm assuming, don't quote me because I haven't heard it yet, but I'm assuming the final track's going to be adventurous. or, you know, more rocking just based off of the notion of this track, which, like I said, it almost has a kind of pseudo country vibe, perhaps because of the sliding on the guitars and on the bass there. The kind of enchanted folkiness of the verse. Like if you take away the singing, which here it's going to be Roger Taylor singing, if you take away that and just listen to the melodies of the verse and how they flow together, it to me, it has a very enchanted, sitting by a fireplace, looking up at the stars, kind of folky, country, fireside kind of sound to it, which I think sounds really nice. It's nice and quiet. The music has a nice swing in its groove. And I think for the most part, the singing is really, really fantastic as well. I think it's really funny how they keep on sliding up and down. It's like a simple effect in what they're doing, but it does play, I think, a somewhat significant role of the color and the tone of this track. There's some nice little guitar fills as well from May. But like I said, honestly, this one's very, very simple, straightforward, low key. And I think it hits all the right notes without being anything too over rambunctious or too overzealous in what it's trying to accomplish. I think it hits just the right notes, what it's trying to do. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially after all we've gotten throughout this album. Sometimes you need just a little bit of a rest, an inhale before your final exhale. It's the sad-eyed goodbye, yesterday moments I remember. It's the bleak street, weak-kneed partings I recall. It's the mistier mist, the hazier days, the brighter sun, the easier lays. There's all the more reason for laughing and crying when you're younger, and life isn't too hard at all. It's the fantastic drowse of these afternoon Sundays that bored you to rages of tears. The unending pleadings to waste all your good times in thoughts of your middle-aged years. This is just really about time passing by, perhaps looking back and feeling like you wasted time in your youth. It's a vertical hold, all the things that you're told. For the everyday hero, it all turns to zero, like time, no matter what, catches up to us all. And there's all the more reason for living and dying when you're young and your troubles are all very small. Out here on the street, we'd gather and meet and scuff up the sidewalk with endlessly restless feet. And half of the time, we'd broaden our minds more in the pool hall than we did in the school hall. I like that. That's a good line. With the downtown chewing gum bums, watching the nightlife, the lights, and the fun. I never wanted to be the boy next door. Always thought I'd be something more. But it ain't easy for a small town boy. It ain't easy at all. I like these lines here that give some almost physical context to the storyline, to the theme of this track, and time moving forward and aging, looking back. And I love the line there where it says, you know, in half the time we'd broaden our minds more in the pool hall than we did in school hall. So they became street smart. You know, that kind of education. But then they spent more time doing that than, of course, being in school and being brain smart, I guess you could say. but I like the acknowledgement there. Thinking it right, doing it wrong. It's easier from an armchair. Waves of alternatives wash out my sleeplessness. That's what I say. When you either, it doesn't even have to be age, but in this case it is seemingly talking about that. When you're at a certain age, it doesn't even matter. It could be 10 years old looking back. Oh, I wish I did this when I was 5. It could be 50. I wish I did this when I was 40, and so on. It doesn't matter. But the point is, you know, it's easier from an armchair to look at those alternative routes that you could have taken in life and those decisions you could have made. And sometimes they cause a little bit of sleeplessness. Have my eggs poached for breakfast, I guess. Such a profound looking back at things, coming to such a basic decision. What am I going to do with my eggs in the morning for breakfast? I think I'll be Clint Eastwood. Oh no, Jimi Hendrix, he was good. Let's try William the Conqueror. Who else do I like? Brian May. There you go, at the end there. So I like how he says, you know, who do I want to be? There's always time to be who you want to be. Whether you're 5, 50, there's always time to become that person that you want to be and to, you know, work towards that. I think about that all the time, you know, trying to become who I want to become. So I'm falling short sometimes, but I'm trying, you know. So I really like the message in this song and how that comes through in the, I guess, to an extent, musical simplicity that's being presented here. Although it's not like awfully simple. It's nice. It's a great balance between lyrics and music, I think, here. So let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. Appreciate you stopping on in, coming on by. Please come back tomorrow, and I'll see you all then, guys. Bye.